We're live now. Hello, everyone. I'm glad you can come to the show. We have a great show for you planned today, and Jeff is here. Sandy's going to join us in a bit. So
Hi, everyone.
Hi,
yeah, I'm
everyone.
going to get right into it then. Here we go. All right, I'll show some stuff here. I don't have a lot, but here's some things interesting. Okay. Um, I'll go back to that. Okay. Well, first of all, this is some residue of the rainbow. I don't know, Jeff. Do you remember the rainbow upside down like I do?
Yes.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, because there's not too many people that remember it. Like I remember the purple blue going this way. See, that looks right to me. Yeah, and
Yep.
she's got
Me
the
too.
residue gloves. And then here's the other one, the bench. So I got some residue of the upside down rainbow. Okay,
Residue.
thank you. All right, and this is the CNN. I know we're all familiar with this one because it looks like a C and a like a slanted W. You know? Okay, but well, I didn't know it was like this all the way back in to, the 80s. So I just wanted to share that. It just surprised me that it was like that. So all the way back in the 80s, they never had. It was always merged, never separate. Just bizarre. Okay, I know it's the old one, but all right. Let's see what we got here. Oh, and here's some residue of Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. Her socks are white in this, and they're not blue.
That's
Like
what
I
I
don't know if
remember.
you see her now. Let's see. Okay. Images. We go, and you will see her socks are always blue, and you see blue socks, and that is not how I remember her at all.
Me either. That looks so
Socks
weird.
blue. No, it does.
And I saw that movie so many
They should be
times.
white.
I remember white.
Yeah, me too.
I
Yeah, it looks
remember
like
the white with the little lace around the edges when it was folded down.
there's some white. Yeah, I do too.
Me too.
Some of them are white, but they're not the right kind of socks. So yeah. And here that looks like tights or something. But anyway, there's that, and the residue of the Good Witch Gilda, who had a crown like this, and I'll show you what it is now. I'm sorry, Glinda. I said her name on Gilda. But now she's got this ridiculous giant thing. Look at that. What is that? It's huge. I don't remember that at all.
Me
And
either.
just giant, you know.
I didn't even realize that changed. This is new to me.
Yeah. Yeah,
That looks ridiculous.
this is a little smaller, and then here's another one of it, crown that's a bit smaller at least. Yeah, she's got a couple changes. She's got some kind of weird butterfly in her neck now that wasn't there,
Oh, wow.
or I don't know, but she's got a couple changes in there. But no, I don't remember that giant. Yeah, look at this one. I mean, no, it's never like that big, you know.
No way.
Just ridiculously big,
Way too
tall.
big.
Yeah, I know. um, okay, and this is some stuff. This is called a gate a gate dental or something. But I have never heard of this, and look at how amazing this is. Like, I mean, look at the detail in that.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I never ever heard of this. So here's some more. Now, when I go to look it up, um, there's like hardly anything, any pictures of it. I mean, this is not the right kind. These are different kinds. It's not saying the right kind. I guess this is supposed to be a bracelet. Um, okay, here's something. Yeah, that's just. Yeah, look at that. Wow, it's just amazing looking.
Those are cool looking, yeah.
Yeah, so and there's hardly any pictures of the kind I'm talking about. But anyway, I've always like collected stones, and I know I've seen quite a few and know about them, and this is just all strange to me. Yeah. Look at that. Wow. Okay. Never heard of that. Okay, and this is a place called King's Pathway. Yeah, that's
Where's that at?
right. Go back. Hold on. King's Pathway. This is in, no, it's not in Colorado. Kings, that's something else. Hold on, this is a crazy place. Look at that. Yeah, it's just a path going across the cliffs. Never heard of it.
That would scare
Scariest
the
walk
crap
in the
out of me.
world. Yeah, very scary. Is this the scariest walk in the world? The King's Path is a unique walkway in Spain, but not one to attempt if you are scared of heights, I'll say.
No kidding.
Yeah, look at that. There's stairs and everything. Oh, and look at how small the rail is. Like, there's just a little tiny rail you could just, I don't know. That's just too small for me.
Me too.
But I have never heard of this. And, it's right up along a cliff. Just drops right down. Just totally. I don't know how the heck they built that, but I'd share this. Very pretty. Okay, it's all in Spain. A lot of cliffs over there.
Mandanimal says, just don't drop your cliff notes
Yeah, really.
or Cliff's notes as it is
Yeah.
now.
Don't drop your phone. And people would probably try to jump and get it.
Right.
Have you heard of that? You're hearing more and more stories of people trying to get their phone from really dangerous places. No, don't. They falls in the river and they dive in. Yeah.
Or they fall backwards taking a selfie.
Oh yeah, those selfies. Oh, those are insanely dangerous sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah, with like a wild animal or up on a ledge, and yeah. Oh, there's videos of people dying that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, last picture of them.
Not really
Oh
worth it
man,
to take that kind of.
no, no, I don't think so. All right, guys. Oh, look at that. All right, world's most dangerous hike and pathway. Um. Okay, and then I wanted to show you a funny logo that is this Colorado bourbon whiskey. Look at that H&R. Oh
That's
my.
ridiculous.
Mhm.
You could barely tell it's an H.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't look good. It really doesn't. I wish they
No.
would understand these don't look good like that. Okay, we'll get back to this one here. And oh, this is that article I found, an ancient fridge with meat still inside, found at a Roman military camp. It's kind of interesting because I mean, I think it would be best back in the ancient days to have something, but that's kind of advanced. I mean, it's ancient um, fridge. Okay. Well, let's look at the pictures first. What they had in the way, or what the hell are these? Those are ancient refrigerators.
Refrigerators. Yeah, we covered them.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, this is the one the recent one, with meat bones inside. Let's see. Unearthed a refrigerator, a food storage unit, on October 7th when there were excavating in ancient Roman military rock in Bulgaria, according to lead archaeologist professor something, I can't say that, from the University of Warsaw. Antiquity, I guess that would be Polish name. Southeastern Europe Research Center. This food storage was made of ceramic plates in which fragments of dishes and animal bones were stored. Traces of preserved bone fragments were found, hinting that meat was stored after it was cooked. Charcoal particles and a fragment of small bowl was also found, which Zizak said could have been the remains of a sensor used to repel insects. The discovery of such refrigerators is a miracle in that they are rarely survive the reconstruction of buildings. The former military barrack was built in the 1st century CE by the Romans, according to researchers. Alright, so I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, that's weird how that's still intact after all that time.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. But, yeah, I would think, refrigerators would be, a place like, I would imagine underground, but these are all dome-like structures. I wonder if they do go underground. I don't know, but, back in the day.
Yeah.
The Great
Probably.
Pyramid, fridge magnet. Oh, fridge magnet. Okay. Alright, well, was this, the ancient freezer. Okay, interesting. Oh. Alright, so that, oh, did you know, Jeff, that a cold shower can lead to a heart attack?
No, I never heard that before.
Isn't that crazy?
It is, yeah.
Mm-hmm. People are dying of strange ways these days, but,
Yeah.
no, I have never, ever heard of that before. Not only that, like, yeah, go ahead.
I don't see how that could even be. Like, what causes that to happen? Like, what about the cold water does that?
Yeah, 'cause like your body's warm, and then you apparently it's like a big huge shock to your system. But
I don't know.
I remember,
BS.
huh?
BS that one.
Call BS on that.
Like, what about the polar bear club? People who jump in like really cold water. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that.
I just remember my family traveling to some warm place. I know we're in a very warm place. I was young, but we went to a river that was really cold water. It's the coldest water I've ever swum in, so it stands clear in my memory. So I dove in, and it felt really good, actually, and it was just freezing. I only could stay in for a while, but yeah, I didn't know I was putting myself in danger. I mean, I I thought it felt good, and a lot of people think it feels good when you're hot. So how could I don't understand this at all. It's
I don't
just
either. That doesn't make any sense. Because if that were the case, it would be happening more often to people like maybe even like the people I mentioned, like people who do that stuff all the time, like that polar bear club that jumps in the ice cold water all the time. How come it never
yeah,
happened to them?
I don't know.
Like, you mean to tell me a cold shower's worse than that? Come on.
This is saying comes through. Cold shower impacts your heart on your heart. Let's see. So, heart attack happens when a part of your heart muscle does not get enough blood. The heart's coronary arteries would be blocked suddenly to have extreme slow blood supply.
Hmm.
This usually happens due to formation of a blood clot. This reduces the supply of oxygen to your heart, which can cause hazardous consequences. There can be several risk factors that lead to a heart attack, such as age, blah blah blah, other health, blah blah, leading. One such lifestyle risk factor may occur in a shower, especially if you're taking a cold water shower. So it may just be people with a risk factors or whatever, but I have never heard of this. This is crazy.
Me either.
Sudden exposure to cold water could be dangerous, especially for people with heart disease. It can lead to a heart attack or heart rhythm
That makes sense.
irregularities. Huh?
That makes sense for
Yeah,
those.
I mean, they people with heart disease, I imagine they have to avoid all kinds of stuff, right? But
Right.
cold water can shock the body, causing blood vessels to the skin to contract. This can slow the blood flow to in your body. To compensate for this, your heart will start beating faster to be able to pump blood around the body. This can increase the pressure on your blood vessels. Um, anyway, even if someone is even if somebody was healthy, um, healthy, fit, or young, cold water can trigger a heart attack by causing vasoconstriction, tightening of the muscles around your blood vessels. Researchers found that this usually happens in hot weather when people are more eager to immediately step in a cold shower. Yeah, this can happen to healthy people, it's saying.
That's
The
weird.
risk was first identified in a study, blah, 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 harmful cold waters. It can lead to a series of neurogenic cardiorespiratory responses called the cold shock response. It can lead to gasping, hyperventilation, breathlessness, and panic. This can trigger abnormal rhythms in the heart and lead to a heart attack. Wow. Okay. So yeah, I guess even healthy people. I don't know. I don't know. You're calling BS, but
Yeah.
I think I think it doesn't. I just think it's depends on who you are and what
It does. Yeah. But like
all
I
that.
would like to
So
see
personally,
like the statistics on how many people that actually happened to though.
yeah, yeah, and maybe similar experiences. What?
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not saying it can't happen, but I don't think it's common either.
Yeah. Okay. The fish had become trapped in a homeowner's fence during the flooding. The bony prehistoric fish has scales that form a hard armor, according to Fish and Wildlife. They typically inhabit streams, canals, and lakes with mud or sand bottoms near underwater vegetation. What is that? Have you?
What the hell? That is creepy looking.
Yeah, it's a
Looks like a
dinosaur-like fish.
plesiosaur.
Wow.
Yeah.
Or plesiosaurus,
So
a dinosaur. It looks like a dinosaur.
it does.
Plesiosaur, right? Plesiosaurus.
That's it.
Interesting. Wow. Never seen a fish like that, but
Me either.
strange. All right, Sandy, are you coming
I'm
soon?
sorting the last one. Like I said, go to an older folder. Why don't you do Jeff's older folder? Like scroll down and do Jeff's.
All right. All right, mute, mute. We're hearing some background
I
stuff.
know, I gotta go shut the door.
Okay, I'm coming. Hmm. Oh, here's one. Interesting, huh? Okay. There we go. Hold on. Um. hmm. Sorry, I'm just looking for something I can't find. Oh, there it is. Found it. Okay, great. All right, Jeff, do you want to read this?
Yeah.
Oldie but goodie.
Yeah. Not a lot of people were affected by this one, but I definitely was. Credit me.
Yeah.
First recorded by Shaka Khan and then Whitney Houston. The song I'm Every Woman has changed for me. And I'd like to know how you remember this line of the song.
Pretty sure I agree with you on this.
Oh, yeah?
Here, we'll play that after. Okay, I'm every woman. It's 2 or 3 words. Hold on. All right. All right. Go ahead and read this and then I'll play it.
All right. So I've only ever known the line as "It's only me," but it's always been "It's all in me." Is that
Yeah,
your memory?
I remember like you. It's only me. Yeah, absolutely. I'm affected by this one. Yeah.
And I remember it used to be referenced by people as "It's only me."
Yeah.
All in me sounds ridiculous to me.
Yeah. 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 You're absolutely, I agree with you.
I am here.
Yay.
Yay.
Well, I didn't have much today, so that's, but I had
And
some.
I had two of you or so.
Okay, yes.
That didn't help.
All right. All right, Jeff.
All right. Though we found some, finding residue was not easy. Thankfully, people sharing their memories on Twitter helped us find more residue.
It's only me. Yes, definitely. Yes, it was
Yes, high
definitely that.
pockets.
It's only me. Yep. I can hear it loud and clear.
Yep.
All righty.
Hey
Yeah, that sounds
guys,
weird. It's all in me. Uh-huh.
I shut the door, but the Phillies are in the playoffs. So go like
Gosh,
on their way to the World Series. Joey will not lower the TV.
it's okay. We can
So
handle it.
if you hear noise, that's what it is.
We can handle it. All right. Um. Yeah, good one. So
Thanks.
let's get to the top of the folders.
Well, not the very top. I'm
Not
still
the
working
very
on one.
top. Um.
Start with the ones that we covered. Jeff has a folder, Howard Stern. Do that one.
Okay.
I'll be done by then. I had to fix something.
All right. Jeff, you really know your music.
Oh, yeah.
Favorite music. It's good. Yeah. I'll have to do some searches, see what I remember that I found. I can't
Yeah, I'm
remember
into
right
all
now,
kinds
but
of music. So, like, if there's a
yeah.
change, I will notice it.
Mhm.
All
Right.
right, here's another one that a lot of people are affected by. I believe a change has happened to a person once involved with the Howard Stern radio program. Okay, Kevin Metheny. I swear it was Metheny yesterday. Yeah, that changed too. Um, it was with an A, now it's with an E.
Oh, meth. Oh
Yeah,
God.
was the program director for Howard Stern's radio show on WNBC. What was the nickname Howard gave Kevin? Pig v. Blank.
I wouldn't know this one. See if the chat knows something.
Now, when we covered this on Brian's show, everybody remembered like I do.
Uh-huh. Can you
No,
see the chat?
yeah,
Okay.
no answers yet. Well, answers, but they don't know. Mandanimal's not familiar with it. Michael
Okay.
Fontaine never heard of him.
Okay.
High Pockets, Vomit. There we go.
Vomit. What a nickname.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rude and crude, huh?
Yep.
Okay. Should I just let me know when you want me to turn the page?
Okay. Boris B. Pig Vomit, of course. All right. You can turn it to the next one.
Mm.
I'm on a little bit of a delay, though, so it'll take a couple more seconds. There we go. I have only ever heard his nickname as Pig Vomit, but in real life, it was always Pig Virus. Do you remember Virus?
Wow. Big virus.
And I find that to be suspicious. That
Wow.
that word now being the nickname.
Oh yeah. What illness is going on?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
All
I'm really
right.
here. Look at the chat now.
All
She's here for reals.
right.
I'm here for real.
All right. So Howard Stern pig vomit. Here's some good residue right there.
Yep. Man, excuse alert. Woo woo. All right. In this reality, Howard nicknamed him Pig Virus, but they changed it to Pig Vomit for the 1997 movie Private Parts. The man's excuse is that the name was changed to represent Kevin, and the actor portraying him mashed together equals Pig Vomit. And that band that played opening for Howard's show was called Pig Vomit. I agree, High Pockets. Always been vomit. Manskuse alert number 2. The
Hold
other
on.
Manskuse. The claim that. Oh, wait, what happened there?
She
Yeah, I
has to
just
present with
gotta
sound.
do the sound thing. Yeah, you can go ahead and read, and I'll put the sound on after.
Okay. The other Manskuse. The claim they got the name Pig Vomit as a combo of Matheny and the actor Giamatti, but Howard Stern says no, it was just Kevin Matheny.
Of curiosity, why not look up what the guy looked like? Or...
I didn't know he was a real guy.
Oh,
I mean, I was familiar enough with your program that I knew there was a guy, but I didn't realize it was that guy. So I didn't think I was supposed to look up anything.
you thought maybe it was a compilation of
Yes,
people?
I thought it was
and
a bunch of guys.
like the typical bad radio guy.
Exactly.
No,
So-
but there's an actual guy,
I
and you
know.
nailed it completely. You
So, in the chat, Boris is asking, what does it say in the movie now? It still says Pig Vomit because the excuse is that they changed it to Pig Vomit for the movie. But he was always Pig Vomit long before the movie. That was the nickname.
Wow. Yeah, so like Big Vomit was the alternate name the movie used since Giamatti's character was a hybrid of Kevin Matheny, Big Virus, and another program director. If you read the book, it's Pig Virus, since the book doesn't have time constraints like the movie does. Yeah. Sure.
And I used to listen to that show all the time. And I used to hear him refer to that guy as Pig Vomit.
Wow.
Pig Virus, I never ever heard of until recently.
Mm-hmm.
When Matheny programmed New York's now defunct WNBC from 1980 to 1984, Stern became the new afternoon host, famously dubbed Matheny Pig Virus. Yeah, right.
And tell you what Pig Virus should be doing for us that he's not.
is Pig Virus here today, Work? I don't
Oh.
So yeah, that's proof that in this reality it was Pig Virus, but that's not what I remember. And here's some residue for Pig Vomit. And they never mention Pig Virus in any of these old articles or anything.
Mm-hmm.
When I heard that, I'm like, what the hell? No way. Lots of residue there for that being the only nickname for this guy.
Oh, well.
I agree, Boris B. Doesn't even make sense as a troll nickname. And it's not as strong a nickname for the guy who he was trying to insult because he hated him. Pig Vomit is a much better nickname for this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Pig Virus, to me, that just sounds stupid.
So there's new. I would start with Brian's stuff from the last show, but except the one that I told you to skip. You don't have to do them all, but the ones that interest you, you know what I'm saying? And then get to the new ones. Because there's a lot of new ones. There's a lot.
Yeah. All right. All right. So, like Brian's.
They'll say like the date B and then.
Yeah, I see that. But can I go back to the 9th? I mean, Brian's ice cream parlor.
If you want. A lot of people didn't know it.
Well, you said to start
Apparently
with
it's an East
Brian.
Coast
So,
thing. To me, it's
all
it's
right.
it's a Mandela effect that it exists. I have one about a half hour away. Never heard of the place. Never seen an ad for it.
All right. So start with. Okay. Here's one. The scarecrow. Brian's.
Yeah.
Scarecrow. All right. Let's go ahead and do that, and then sound on this too.
I'm gonna try to stay quiet unless I'm reading because the TV is so loud.
Okay. All right. This is for Brian McFarlane Find. Yes, the Wizard of Oz has changed again. This time, it's a line that the Scarecrow says in the cornfield to Dorothy. Before they break into song singing The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, the Scarecrow exclaims, "Yeah, we're off to see what?" Anyone know? An easy one.
I was responding in the chat. Guardian Matrix says there's been a wave of Emmys lately. I'm like the wave has just been killing me since the beginning of the year. Hasn't stopped. Non-stop. Non-stop stuff.
Right.
Constant.
Right. So did anyone answer this?
Yes, we have Marsha 3961 and Mandanimal and DD74 saying the wizard. The wonderful and DD74 goes on to say the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. They're all the wizard.
Yeah. Okay, we're off to see the wizard. Okay, and
Of course I.
all right. So we clearly remember him saying, "We're off to see the wizard," but it's a wizard now. It even says a wizard in the original script. If is this what you
Of course I
remember?
will.
Hooray! We're off to see a wizard.
Oh, well, you're not.
Yeah, that should be the wizard. I know. Okay, here's hooray! We're off to see a wizard.
Yeah, that's the original script.
We're off to see the wizard. Yeah.
Hooray! We're off to see the wizard. To Oz, to Oz! Hooray! We're off to see the wizard. To Oz, to Oz!
Hello. Are you also off to see the wizard?
Yes, my name's Dorothy.
Well, your name's Dorothy too.
Believe it or not, it was really hard residue to find because the cornfield just isn't that iconic of a scene, I guess. It's actually pretty hard, and everybody's got like their own wording for that scene, which is really strange. Like Esther sent me something from Veggie Tales, and I found two 1970s animated Wizard of Oz versions, and they all have different wording. None of them say like "Hooray, we're off to see the wizard." They don't. None of them say that.
Mhm. All right, should we do a Teresa one?
No.
No, we don't
No, because
have
we're
to.
gonna have to do a Teresa one later, so I
Okay,
don't
this
want
is
her to
the
get
only
upset
one.
that she wasn't
Cool.
here and didn't get to present
Okay.
it.
Here. How about the guest jeans?
Yeah, we could do guest jeans.
Sounds good.
I want to
And then
see
I'll
if more
start climbing
people.
to the top.
Yeah, we'll just start climbing up to the top. Sounds good. Hold on for a minute. Room 33. None of these are old. These are old as of last week.
Yeah.
And
They're
yeah, we
not
have theories.
that old.
We talk about them, but again, they're theories. They can't be proven. So I'd rather wake up new people with Mandela effects. And believe it or not, the people who are here, they enjoy seeing them. So Guess jeans were huge in the 1980s, but the logo is looking off to me, so I want to see what everyone remembers. I have a really good theory, but it's long. Question one, the Guess logo triangle. This is I'm talking about the little triangular patch that's on the back of the jeans. What color is it? Was it always the same color or different colors for you? What color do you remember? Now I'm assuming you're older like me. If you're younger, forget it, you're not going to know this.
Yeah.
You know, Ann, you put that stuff out in the atmosphere and things happen. I remember talking to Noble about the variation effect, about the different, how like what was it? Courage the Cowardly Dog was all different colors. And we were talking, and he's like, well, maybe one day we'll find Mickey Mouse with yellow shorts, and don't you know? The next day, I find Mickey Mouse with yellow shorts, green shorts, purple shorts, blue shorts. Even in Disney cartoons, he's wearing green ones. Like, no.
Right.
Horrible. Don't put that stuff out there. So, Guardian Matrix says red. Um, yes, Preliminal in the 80s. White and red, I think, says Preliminal. We talk about theories once in a blue moon. It's just, I don't know. I don't find it productive
We could
because,
we could talk about theories if we want. Yeah.
yeah, it's just that they're theories. There's no way to prove them.
Yeah, but I find it still interesting to talk about. And there's a lot of interesting theories.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Um, it's it's not really about proof. It's what people theorize may be happening, and you can choose what you want to believe, kind of thing. But
See,
anyway,
that's where I'm different. I'm more fact based, and this is
hmm
fact. Like I can prove this. I need to be able to prove it.
yeah, I would be into. I mean, it's all interesting to me, but
It's interesting. I'm not saying it's not interesting,
the
but
the the theories.
unless it's a
I mean,
new theory, I've heard them all. You know, unless it's a new one, then I'm interested.
yeah. Well, just if you guys want, you can put a theory in the chat, and we'll talk about it. All
Yeah, if
right,
there's
so
a new one, I'm all ears. I am all ears.
um, should I tell me when to change?
Oh, you can go because the only answers in the chat. White with a question mark says room 33. That's still good. Let's see. So I remember this. I remember red and white. In my past, no matter the color or style of the denim, it was always a red triangle. But now there's multiple colors, which I will show after we get through 2 more questions. There was never multiple colors for me. It was always red and white. Okay, so this is the funny part. All 3 of us on this panel remember all different numbers, so we're not going to say nothing. Which
Mhm.
shaped dot under the question mark do you remember? Do you remember a triangle, a circle, or a square? 1, 2, or 3? So the question mark inside that logo, what was the dot? 1, 2, or 3? So Green Sleeves 20, welcome, says 3. Mandela has no clue, and that's okay. What if we're all right? What if
Yep.
multiple things are happening to create this, not just AI? Like my theory, string theory. Um, uh, Curiouser's theory, like main theory is black holes. I also believe uh, like multiple universes, like parallel universes could be happening. What if
Yeah.
they are all happening?
Yeah. Really.
That's what
No,
I think.
I think there are multiple things that are happening.
I
Definitely.
think it. I think it has
But
to be multiple things.
Yeah, I don't think it's just
Because what
one
we're seeing.
thing.
No.
yeah, there's also not only my theory about we're either in a black hole or near one. There's also a lot of Earth changes happening, and the Earth is going through uh, perhaps a polar shift, which is thinning of the magnetic. I'm sorry, the let's say the the field, the magnetic field, and when that happens, you see there's going to be a lot of cosmic rays coming in from outer space. Cosmic rays can do a lot of different things, so they're not uh, insignificant at all. They're quite anyway. So
So wait,
you know,
what if your black hole theory is correct, but we went through a black hole, and that's how we moved to a different part of the galaxy? And
yeah,
it actually sent us back in time, which is why the continents have shifted because we're on an earlier Earth, and the sun is white because it's an earlier sun, and the moon is tilted because it's an earlier moon before something hit it and tilted it a different way. What if
yeah,
it's multiple things? That's what I'm getting
yeah,
at.
exactly. Oh, definitely. And there are parallel worlds inside of black holes, so that's a multiple thing right there. If we're in that a lot of parallel stuff going on in them, they've discovered that. So I don't know. It's just all if you read up on some of this stuff that it kind of makes sense. You're trying to make sense of it
Right, so I'm
by
going to go on. Here we go.
okay,
So,
yeah,
what if us going through the black hole created a multiverse where there's parallel universes happening and parallel timelines, and
yeah, a whole
CERN
new
doing the
universe from
stuff
where
they're
we were.
doing made us aware? Maybe CERN is the reason why we are aware of this, that
Yeah,
we
with
see it. Like, I could
uh,
piece together.
yeah,
I like bits and pieces of every theory, let's put it that way.
No, I could understand that because you're trying to, you know, complete it and make sense, and a lot of things will fit. So, um, like if the white holes exist, which they have theorized do, you go through a black hole, they don't know what's happening with the energy. It could be just it's got to go somewhere, and we could be in a whole new universe. Yeah, and that would be really something. Yeah, and then um, see that Sandy, that would mean we're far, far away.
Yeah, we are. We are far, far away because Orion
Where we
and
were. Yeah.
it's nowhere near. Okay, so we have one answer in the chat, and that was 3, which means the threes have it because I remember 3, Jeff remembers 2, and Curious remembers 1. So 2 people remember 3. We win.
Oh,
It's okay.
2, a measly 2. All right.
So this is the current question mark with the triangle underneath. So the answer is 1. I don't remember a pyramid, but since we know it is, now I can ask you the next question. And this is the hard one, guys. You actually have to look at 4 different things. Go ahead, Curious. All right. This is the patch. Do you remember 1, 2, 3, or 4? I'm going to tell you the difference in case you're having a hard time seeing it. Number 1 says guess. Now the USA part changes, but for this example, we're using the standard guess USA. Guess USA question mark. Number 2, guess USA question mark. On the left is washed, on the right is jeans. Number 3 is guess USA question mark. On the left of the pyramid is 1201. On the right is 1203. I believe those are the numbers. And then it's a 4-digit number on each side that correlate to nothing that I could find. And number 4 is guess USA, wash jeans, and the numbers. What do you remember? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Parody Bear is a 3.
Yeah, I definitely don't remember a bunch of writing. I think just number 1 for me.
Green Sleeves is a 2. Preliminal mentions a Rolling Stone song. That's a sync because I'm going to be mentioning a Rolling Stone song in a presentation coming up. But he says 2,000 light years from home, Rolling Stones song from 1967. And then right underneath it, he says, I mostly wore black in the 80s. Oh my God, preliminary, you have no idea. You have no idea how much you are syncing with me right now. Oh my gosh. It's okay if you guys don't know. Green Sleeves is a 2, Parody Bear is a 3, Curiouser is a 1. How about you, Jeff?
1.
1 for you?
I don't remember all the writing. Yeah.
Okay. We can go on, Curiouser.
All right.
It's okay, Ann. You're allowed to guess. If you want to guess, you can guess. So it is number 4 with all that writing. Sometimes they got lazy with the writing and it was just a stitch for those numbers in the bottom. I honestly thought it was a square dot, and I don't remember all those markings around it, do you? I could go with just some, but why does a patch need to tell us the jeans are washed? That bothers me. I don't remember that. Then again, it's really tiny writing, so maybe we just couldn't read it. I don't know. But I don't remember there being black lines or anything there. So here's another issue I saw. Not all the time, but this exists and should not. And notice the color variant here. We have a black triangle with green writing. But the logos are all broken up here. Even on the patch part, I don't remember that ever happening. But like I said, it's not all the time. It still looks normal on some. And I thought they were knockoffs. They're not. So here's the color variation. We have metal, we have black, we have gray. We even have a black background on one. We have brown, green, teal, blue. It was always a red triangle, black text, red question mark for me.
Yeah.
Never a variation. And now it's all these colors. And here is how I remember guests always looking. Never fragmented, always like that. So comparison of what we remember on the panel and how it is now. Is there anything else you see that's down there you want to cover, or do you want to move on to the new stuff? We have a lot of new stuff. Like a lot. And I don't want to miss it by covering old stuff from last week.
Okay. How about Jeff's here?
It's
Cartoon.
actually me and Jeff.
Oh, good.
But Jeff, you're going to read it, okay?
All right.
Is that all right? Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, this one's Jeff's. You're right. Absolutely. I was thinking the new one tonight. Sorry, go on.
All right. Credit Jeff Zanzibar. The Hanna-Barbera cartoon character Snagglepuss is known for two catchphrases: exit stage left, and another that has changed for me. Please spell the missing part of the word in the catchphrase. Heavens to Murgatroyd.
That was the best hint I could give, guys. I couldn't go any further. So Mandanimal says oid. High Pocket says oids with an S. Murgatroyd for criminal. I love how everybody, that's how I spelt it too. Everyone was spelling it, you know what I'm saying? The spelling is so messed up. There's like 15 different options. Green Sleeves 20, Jeff says Murgatroyd.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Spelling, too.
It's okay, Ann. If you guys want to just take what the chat's saying and pick the one that sounds the best to you, go for that too. Neither preliminal. It's neither. DD74 is Murgatroyd. Murgatroyd for JT74. Marsha is Murgatroyd. Or Margatroyd. I'm sorry. Preliminal. Look at Greensleeves' answer and then add the D. Mandanimal thought it was Mercatroid. I think we can move on. We got lots of answers, Curiouser.
Looks like only one remembers the way I do.
Mm-hmm. Better than
Regardless
none.
of how you spell it, it's the last letter of the word. How the word is said, that really matters. I clearly remember the word being Murgatroyd, but it has always been Murgatroyd. Do you share this memory? Well, most people do share that memory. But for me, it was not. It was Murgatroyd. I never
But
heard
not,
Murgatroyd.
but not a single person spelled it like that.
No. But I'll take the one that remembers, like me with the different spelling.
Green
What
sleeves
was that?
20.
Yeah, green sleeves, yeah. And there is lots of residue here. Well, maybe not lots, but enough.
We tried.
Yeah. And there's the spelling that Greensleeves remembers. That what he wrote?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember it clearly as Murgatroyd. Never heard Murgatroyd until about a week and a half ago.
All right. I guess this is Sandy.
Which one? I've got a lot. Oh, okay. All right, guys. I don't know if you're going to know this actor. He's very old. But they mentioned him a lot on Nick at Night. Please spell the first name of this golden age of film actor, most known for his portrayal of Robin Hood in The Adventures of Robin Hood in 1938. I'm going to tell you his name is Errol. Please spell Errol Flynn. Mandanimal remembers Errol. Greensleeves 20 remembers Erol. 2 R's for preliminal. 1 R for high pockets. Oh, I hope I haven't missed anybody. It's been on top chat this whole time. And preliminal also remembers 2 L's. Gary, so Jeff, you guys remember this guy?
1 R. That's what I remember.
Yeah, one.
Okay. I think that's all the answers we're going to get. His name was 1 R, 1 L for me, Errol Flynn, in my past. But in this reality, he spelled it with 2 R's. And that looks ridiculous to me. It just looks so wrong.
Yep.
Preliminal says Only one, oh wow, only one L doesn't look right. So that's interesting. For me, the two R's are the Mandela Effect, and for you, the one L is. Well, at least we can both agree it's a change. While searching for residue, I saw something that I'm unfamiliar with, but appeared to be a possible Mandela Effect. I'm not sure if anyone is going to know this, but here it goes. Because I didn't know this. And I had film classes in college. Like, I studied old films. Never heard of this. There's a truck outside with squeaky brakes. I'm really sorry. And the TV is so loud. I'm going to turn the air on because that's better than the TV. I will freeze. Okay, you can go to the next slide, Curiouser. One of Errol Flynn's films may be Mandela. If you are familiar with this film, which most probably will not be, please fill in the blank. 1949 film starring Errol Flynn and Greer Garson. That Forsyth, that's all I'd say, Forsyth woman. That's all I can say. Guys, if you don't know, can you just write IDK in the chat so I know we can move on? Oh wait, and Animal comes in with Forsyth woman. Thank you, Green Sleeves. Curious, Sir Jeff, you guys didn't know this one, right?
No, but it sounded wrong to me the new way anyway because it's so stupid.
Yeah.
I
All right.
agree.
Tell me when to go.
We can go. They're all saying they don't know in the chat. Thank you, guys. Actually, Chuck E. Cheese is now Chuck E. Cheese again. The company switched it back to Chuck E. Cheese. So all new stores are being branded Chuck E. Cheese. Crazy, huh? So notice on this poster, this is what I saw. And I was like, that's weird that it says the Forsyth woman, like Mandanimal said in the description, but the poster says Foresight woman. Never saw this before, but I'm like, let me see if there's memories of Forsyth out there, and there was a ton. So again, I've never heard of this movie, but many people online remember this film as That Forsyth Woman, but it's always been Forsyth. Do you think it's a possible Mandela effect? So here's some, we're at the residue where Errol Flynn with two R's, that looks ridiculous to me. And here's residue of Errol Flynn. One R, the way I remember it.
And here's the 1R, and then it goes right into 2R.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
I mean, there's an overwhelming amount of residue. And thank you again, Jeff, for looking in the papers.
You're welcome.
So now we're seeing Forsyth residue. Oh, and the Forsyth saga, apparently they made a television series based on the movie That Forsyth Woman. So that Forsyth saga is the series. What's next? Grace, are you there?
Yeah. Okay.
All right, guys. There is a new form of ice that is not of this world. Called superionic ice, this form of frozen water is believed to be at the core of most ice-covered planets and the most abundant form of water in the universe. For 30 years, superionic ice was just a theory, until they created a batch of the ice in a lab using plasma lasers, which proved the theory to be correct. The image above is the actual superionic ice that was lab created. Superionic ice is 4 times heavier than regular ice, black, and hot, so hot that it produces flames and smoke. Don't ask me how. No idea.
All right.
The chemical makeup is slightly different from regular water ice, and the movement of these atoms generate heat. I still don't understand how ice can be hot after reading several articles. Have you ever heard of this? Because this article that I was reading
No.
discussing this was from 2017, so 5 years ago. Never heard of superionic ice.
No. Weird. Okay. I guess I'll read them.
Yes,
Recently, a
please.
jellyfish jamboree took place on North Carolina's Outer Banks. Hundreds of cannonball jellyfish, the most common jellyfish in that area, washed ashore. Park rangers believe it's due to the mating and spawning season of red drumfish, whose larvae are a preferred food of cannonball jellyfish, whatever that says. What is strange is it's not normal for these many jellyfish to wash ashore simply searching for food, but it isn't unusual to see this happen after a large storm like Hurricane Anne. The jellyfish will be left on the shoreline for Mother Nature to take its course, either being washed back out to sea or become food for other wildlife. Cannonball jellyfish come in a variety of colors, grow to literally the size of a cannonball, and have no stinging mechanism, making them perfectly safe to handle. They have different colors. Okay. All right, and me again. A few years ago, this massive blue hole popped into our reality, and now researchers have discovered what is at the bottom. Measuring around 1,000 feet in diameter and 400 feet deep, the Great Blue Hole of Belize attracts many tourists each year. Using a submarine, the researchers descend to the bottom, but at 290 feet, they notice no life present at all. There's a toxic layer of hydrogen sulfide, H2S, covering the entire hole at 90 feet below the surface. Hydrogen sulfide is a colorless, flammable, corrosive, and toxic gas that, even diluted into the water, prevents oxygen from entering below that point. Anything below 290 feet will quickly suffocate and die. When they reached the bottom, they found conch shells and remains of hermit crabs perfectly preserved due to the lack of oxygen. They also found a GoPro, a Coke bottle, and remains of 2 divers. 3 have been reported missing over the years, who will remain in the final resting place. They also found huge stalactites, I can't pronounce it. Stalactites, which I don't know how to say that, which the story of how the hole was formed is actually a sinkhole. It's believed that
Stalactites.
thanks.
Yeah.
It's believed that a cave once stood where the hole exists, but the last ice age caused its collapse, creating the deep blue hole we see today. While researching this story for Curious and I learned something that blew my mind, that there are other blue holes like the one in Belize, a lot of them. The Red Sea Hole, Egypt. This blue hole has claimed 130 lives since 1997 and sits closer to the coast than any other blue hole. Dean's Blue Hole, the Bahamas. This is the second deepest known blue hole, shaped like an inverted hourglass. Hoffman's Cay, the Bahamas. Unlike the other blue holes, this one is located in the center of the island. Goodness. It's pretty though. Wow, that's like perfectly round. Look at that. Almost. Oh my god. Andros, the Bahamas. Andros has over 150 blue holes. The strangest one is the black hole in the middle of the island. It's toxic and deadly if you go for a swim, which is obviously forbidden. The Dragon Hole, China, the deepest hole known to man, and the water is almost electric blue due to the depth and clarity of the South China Sea waters. The azure window melt, this hole was created by a collapse of one of the stone arches thousands of years ago. Mhm. Did you know there were hundreds of big blue diving and fishing holes around the world? We have all talked about just one, so I believe this could be a Mandela that so many exist. Yeah.
I don't remember any other
No.
massive blue holes besides the one near Belize.
Curious, sir. Did you see that bot in the chat?
No, the what?
We have like a porn bot in the chat,
Uh-oh.
and we lost.
Where?
There's
Where?
a couple comments in there.
Oh no. Okay. Sandy. Hmm. Uh-oh.
Adult site bot. Yep.
I just block that.
Yeah.
I got
Thank you
booted.
for seeing that. Oh, my goodness. All right. No, no more of that. All right, they're blocked. Let's see. Next.
Is there a second one? Did I miss one?
No. Oh. All right. I just read. So let's see. Somebody. Go ahead.
All right, this one
Jeff.
I'm gonna read it
This
because
is
it's
a short. Oh, go ahead.
this one might not even be a change. It just might be me remembering wrong. Honest to goodness. So just in case, I'm gonna read it.
No. Yeah.
I may be totally wrong on this. I even write it down. But it's been bugging me, so I want to ask you all something about Korea. Specifically a map. The map. Which map has Korea how you remember it? A, B, C, or D?
Oh. I don't know, but
Which
A and B look exactly the same to me.
mm, actually they might be. I may have put the wrong slide in. Oh no, they're not.
Okay.
Now look here the difference between A and B. A has water. It's connected towards the top near
Oh,
Russia,
okay.
and
Okay.
B,
North Korea has
the north is
water. All right.
connected to China and well, yeah.
Oh. I don't know. I could go for B, I think. I don't know. I can't say.
Okay, so Michael Fontaine says, honestly, A, but D looks like it. And it's okay if you have no idea.
I don't know.
And Michael Fontaine was stationed in South Korea. So you're making me feel less crazy right now, Michael Fontaine. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
All right, tell me when.
Well, we only have one answer. We can go on. So it does look like D, like Michael Fontaine said, but we'll get to that. The map today shares a much larger border with China than I remember, and both the position and size looks wrong to me. Korea was never shaped like a gun in my past. All I see is like a water gun or a ray gun, or I see a gun. It didn't look like
Mhm.
that in my past.
Mhm. So maybe you remember D? No,
No,
I
I
guess not.
remember A. I'm like torn between
Okay.
A and B. I don't remember that long northern peninsula sticking
Right.
out, and I remember it tilted.
Mm.
Like if you were to twist it clockwise. So it was running almost parallel to China and Japan instead of, uh, you know, horizontally cutting across. Yeah, I agree. It was smaller. It looks bigger, and I think it's that extra gun-like portion in North Korea. I don't remember it being that long.
All right.
I did try to find some residue. I couldn't find anything. All right, Jeff, do you want to read this one? Or maybe he stepped away?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
All right. Tata
Yeah,
or
Tata.
Tata?
Or like
Tot? Okay.
Fizzy said, you girls call it Tata.
The Tata Group is an Indian steel company and auto manufacturer. Their cars are a subsidiary of Mercedes Benz. Looking at their logo today, we can't know that it changed, or can we? Get your tatas.
Wow. Know how you love those letters, Jeff.
Oh, yeah. The upside V for an A is one of the first Mandela logo patterns found. But we have to be cautious when we find unknown logos today because in this reality, it's always been used for A's. Not even an E, that's 3 lines. Come on. But Tata is different. They have been using the upside down V for an A since at least 1954.
And it turned out it was sooner than that. But when I found this and made the slide, I hadn't found the logo history yet.
That's how we can honestly say, without even knowing the company, that their logo has been Mandela. The V for an A was never used prior to 2012 in my past. Mine either.
Are you really leaving Mandanimal, or are you just making a joke?
I think he's just making a joke. However, the company used A's randomly throughout its history, but officially it's been upside V's since the company began in 1945. Bonafide logo Mandela, in my opinion. How about yours?
Right?
I love how my autocorrect changed upside down to upside twice or 3 times. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Wow. Look at those tatas.
Oh my. Give me a break. Oh, you look good. All right. Are you good with the Dennis the Menace one, Sandy?
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
I guess that's tata for the tatas, huh?
It
Yes, that's
really.
it.
Oh,
All right, guys. There's a lot of questions here, so bear with me, okay? It's actually separated in 2 parts. Teresa was supposed to read her part, but she's not here, so when we get to it. Dennis the Menace is totally Mandela in our opinion. This presentation contains 2 totally different possible Mandela effects. The first one from myself, the second from Teresa. Part 1 is me, stuff I noticed because I researched Teresa's thing. Alright, first question. We're only talking about the cartoon and the comic books, comic strips. Which color overalls do you remember in the comics and cartoons? Red, blue, or both?
yeah, it's definitely red for me.
Red.
Red for both of you. We have red for Michael Fontaine, red for Greensleeves, rainbow for Mandanimal. But blue, actually blue. Ignore the shirt for now. As you can see, I have gray and white there because I meticulously colored it in gray and white. Anyone else? I thought this one would be easy, that most people would know this. Hey, Eddie. Eddie says both. Going once. All right, going 3 times. We're already there. So it is red. It's both now, though. But 95% of the time, He's wearing red overalls. And while I do remember both, the shirt is the real problem for me. And there's another problem, but I'm not mentioning it yet. So, which shirt do you remember? Red and white, blue and white, or blue and black?
I'll go with blue and white.
Jeff?
Hmm. Blue and white.
Blue and white. Okay. So Mandanimal, unsurprisingly, because Mandanimal remembers blue overalls, says red and white. Michael Fontaine is red and white. That is surprising. Anyone else? Okay, so Eddie remembers blue and black. And so does High Pockets.
I have a figure of him. It's blue and black.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the figure having blue and black.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember red
That was
white with
right.
the blue and blue white with the red. So I've seen it both ways. And again, it is like that both ways. You can find, well, I shouldn't say that. The blue overalls have red and white when I see the blue overalls. And I have found residue for both, and random printings in books, but neither are the official colors. This is the official colors. I think two people in the chat, Eddie and High Pockets, remember the current reality. That looks so wrong to me. I do not
Yeah.
remember blue and black. I don't.
Me either.
Too dark.
Yeah, it's too dark. Very rarely, there's also a black-red striped shirt with the blue overalls. That double feature on the right shows two variations on the same cover. So we have the red overalls with the blue and the black, and then blue overalls with red and black. Anybody remember red and black? It's really rare, so I didn't even include it. Like drawing it separately. Okay, even Dairy Queen couldn't decide what color shirt Dennis Mitchell wore. As you can see, we have the current reality, blue and white, but at least they all have them in the red overalls. The original TV series, while shot in black and white, had Dennis in blue overalls with a blue and white shirt. The movies had blue overalls with green blue and red blue stripes, just in case you were wondering. In other words, none of them matched the cartoon. Which is crazy. All right, here's the thing that was really bugging me. All right, I want everyone to look at this closely. I'm probably going to have you zoom in, Curiouser, if you can. Which eyebrows and hair do you remember? A, B, or C? Because this is the real change for me, more than the colors. I want you to look at the hair And actually, I'm going to tell you, A is no eyebrows, B is eyebrows below the hairline, and C is eyebrows in the hair. A, B, or C, everyone? Okay, we have a 3 for High Pockets, a C for Mandanimal, an A for Michael Fontaine, A for Greensleeves. Curiouser and Jeff, do you guys want to chime in?
Oh God, I don't
A.
know. This is a tough one. Yeah, probably go with A, possibly B.
Also, on the figure I have, no eyebrows.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
You're going to send me a picture of that one.
I will.
Mandanimal says maybe A, not B. JT74 is an A. Wait until you guys see the actual, there's also something wrong with his hair that I'm not showing you here.
Tell me
All
when.
right, we can go on. We can go on. I remember A, and I can go with B, but mainly A, but I can go with B. I cannot go with C. His eyebrows were not floating in his hair, in my past. And now his hair is almost covering his eyes. And in a lot of other drawings and statues and toys, it's completely covering his eyes. So you're going to see that coming up. All right. Side note, I have no memory of Jay North's Dennis wearing anything other than overalls. Do you remember episodes where he dressed in his striped polo and pants outfit? Do you guys remember this? Did I
No.
just miss like a whole season?
No.
Boris B says no eyebrows floating in the air. We've got no and nope from Mandanimal and Greensleeves. All right, I want you to take notice of how low the hair is. Like it's going into his eyes. Like look at the one in the, can you zoom in on the middle one on the bottom? Like absolutely not.
Yeah.
No.
I know. My God.
Oh, give me a break. What the hell? That's so stupid looking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot like that. It's literally like is in his eyes. I don't remember that at all.
Mm-mm.
Me either.
Like look at that statue. Look at that. Look at that.
Come on. That's ridiculous. Got the white and blue shirt too.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
So here we ignore the hair. We're just talking about the shirt,
Yeah,
the clothes.
how can
Huh?
he be a menace if he can't even see anything? You know?
Well, look at the blue one. Do you see the blue picture? It's all blue and black shirts, and then one is blue and white.
Mhm. Yeah.
The costume in the bottom, the costumes in the bottom right and left show the blue and black shirt. Oh, there's a red and white shirt with blue overalls, and then a blue and white shirt with
Well,
red overalls.
right.
And we never used to see this with cartoons. They always
No, they
wore
don't
just one
change.
outfit.
Yeah, just one.
Here's more residue of the clothing again. The hair is all in his face. I don't remember that.
Yeah. All
All
right.
right. Does anybody want to read Teresa's part?
Sure. Teresa found something which I simply cannot believe. A sync like no other happened in March of 1951 between two artists, one in the US and the other in England. Hank Ketchum was the artist who created Dennis the Menace, aka Dennis Mitchell, with the first comic appearing 3/12/51 in 16 newspapers in the US distributed by Postal Syndicate. On the same day, David Law's version of Dennis the Menace, aka Dennis Menace Jr., made its debut in the Beano, a British comic magazine. Unlike Hank Ketchum, David Law did not create this character, only brought him to life. The creator was the Beano editor George Mooney, who heard a British music hall song with the lyrics, "I'm Dennis the Menace from Venice," and decided to create a character around the song's lyrics. Okay, Beano. The creation of two Dennis the Menace's characters, both with striped shirts and wrecking havoc
Havoc.
in their neighborhood, was a pure coincidence. So was the identical release date. What are the odds of this happening? Low.
So again, two people in totally different countries created a character named Dennis the Menace that they both put in a striped shirt and both released on the same day of the same year.
No way.
No. Oh, oh my. What?
What are the odds? And how have I never heard of this? And here's the crazy part. When I was searching for stuff like Dennis the Menace to get pictures for the cartoon, this came up in all the search results. Like I should have known this my whole life.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Anyone from Great Britain here?
Wow, that's just two.
Oh, and he was the evil. They call him his evil twin because this one's like really bad compared to Dennis, where Dennis gets into like innocent trouble. He's doing stuff on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, extra good luck to you, John Nada. John Nada is putting together IKEA furniture. I do not envy you. There's a lot of video intensive folders coming up.
Yeah. you want me to read or who?
I'll read.
Okay.
All right. So, guys, again, I don't know if this is Mandela, but I don't remember it like this, so I'm going to ask you. The 1980s TV series, Who's the Boss, has changed for me, and I'm really curious what you remember. Okay. I don't know how many of you watched this. I watched every episode. I
Yeah,
loved the show
I
growing up.
used to watch it a lot too.
Yeah. In the series finale, which was a two-part series finale, a wedding takes place. Who got married? 1, Tony and Angela. 2, Samantha and Hank. 3, both get married. What do you remember? 1, 2, or 3? And if you don't know, you don't know. It's okay.
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Mm.
So we have a 2 for Michael Fontaine. Green Sleeve says 1. 1 for JT74. 1 for High Pockets. Mandanimal's a 1.
None of the above for me.
Okay, none of the above for Jeff. All right, I think that's the end of the answers right now. We can move on. Thank you, chat, for making me not go crazy. The answer is 2. So Michael Fontaine got it correct. While Tony and Angela are finalizing their wedding day, Sam and Hank, who the heck is Hank? I don't even remember Hank, decided to say I do. Tony and Angela never marry. Is this your memory?
I don't remember Hank either. That series was Hankless for me.
Yeah, I
Exactly. Who
don't
the heck is Hank?
know. Definitely just wasn't around.
Yeah. Maybe after this one, I think there's a video clip. Not only do I have no memory of Sam getting married or who Hank is, I clearly remember Tony and Angela getting married, and now they don't.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
All right, so, oh, I'm going to show you how it ends now. Um, you can play it, and then I'll read it.
Yeah, they gave me this big banquet, and they gave me the award. It was terrific. And then I went back to my beautiful apartment, and then I realized I have nobody to show my plaque to. See?
Oh, that's a nice one.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Huh? Yeah. I could really do a little lamp of education.
Yeah.
I like that. So about the job, not for nothing. Looks like you could use me.
Tony, that's very sweet of you, but I thought we both agreed that
we were both wrong, Angela. I mean, I can apply for jobs in the area. I just know now that it's very important that I be in the area.
I see.
Yeah, it was kind of bothering me that I was out of the area.
Look, Tony, I don't want you to ever resent.
Angela, the only thing I resented was being without you.
So, what are your qualifications?
Well,
Oh, Jesus.
You got the job.
No kidding.
You quit.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
that's it.
gave me this big banquet, and they gave me the award.
So that's how it ends now. They ended the show how it started. With him coming to her door applying for the housekeeping position.
Wow. No marriage, huh?
And this is technically the only residue I could find. Here we go.
Still think that the series finale was your wedding.
Yeah, they think it was your wedding.
It was my wedding, and you gave me away.
Dad.
Huh?
Catch.
People think that you guys got married. Nobody, everyone.
Wow.
You know why we didn't get
Because you
married?
guys were always together.
Because it wasn't the show.
People sort of think that the show ended with Tony and Angela getting married,
Oh,
when in fact they
yeah.
didn't. But I think that's just because people really wanted them to have a definitive
Yeah,
ending, and that's not
sure.
really what the show is about.
Mandela.
Manscuse.
Yep.
Yeah.
Coaching job, Tony surprises Angela in the finale. The show ended the way it began.
What are you doing here?
Well, I heard you were looking for a housekeeper.
Yeah, what are you doing here?
I heard you were looking for a housekeeper.
What are your qualifications?
Is that people still think that the series.
That's it.
Wow. Good residue. All right, that's interesting the way they put it. Like, try to
Everybody remembers them getting married.
excuse it all. Yeah, and you know what? I wanted to mention too, an effect for me was that I remember that in the movie. I don't know if you guys remember that movie, Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? It's one of my favorite movies. I love that movie. But I remember it in the movie. I'll just mention it again. People don't remember that first scene, the very first scene, them walking through the front door, and then she says, "What a dump," or something like that. But now it is that they walk into the kitchen door, so it's really weird.
No,
It's just totally.
Wait, no, they do not.
Yeah, they do. Or do I remember that right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they walk through the kitchen door. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have to go look at that. I have to go see that.
Not familiar with that movie.
I covered how it's spelled. It's totally spelled wrong for me. It's
Oh
Wolfie
no,
now.
yeah, no. In the movie, it starts different for me, so it's just strange.
I
All
would
right,
not
guys.
be surprised because once something changes, it changes again, and it changes again, and it changes again.
Yeah, it does.
And we have
Okay.
an example of that tonight with Mr. Rogers.
Yeah.
I didn't like him as a kid. I did not like this show. I just thought he was a creep. I couldn't understand why he would change his clothes. It's like so boring.
Right. A lot of changes involving Woolf, Virginia Woolf, Wolf and the Lamb, Mr. Wolf in Pulp Fiction.
Right.
Noticing a pattern with Wolf.
Right.
Yes.
All right.
Jeff, you want to read yours? Well, it's mine too, but you can read it. It's okay.
All right. Credit Sandy and Jeff Zanzibar. The Mr. Rogers' Beautiful Day theme song has changed again for us, as well as some visual things in the show.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? It's a beautiful.
I cut it off right where the next line is. So the first part and last part that is repeated at the end of the song has changed for me. Please fill in the blank. A beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Blank, you be mine. What's the blank that you remember?
Could you be mine?
Yep. Could for me.
Not for me. And what's funny is when I brought this up to Curiouser, she said, "Oh yes, that's what it was." What I
What did I
remembered. Now
say?
she's.
Would you be
You'll
mine?
find out.
Would you
Nope.
be mine?
Just
No.
wait. Just wait. I want to see if
Okay.
anybody remembers it like me first.
Maybe have a dual memory. Go ahead.
So far, it's all coulds in the chat. Michael Fontaine remembers it like I do.
More bots.
Tell me when.
You can go now because Michael Fontaine remembers it like I do.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine?
That's wrong with me. All right, you can stop it. So, for me, it was, would you be mine? Won't you be mine? And it's all could throughout the song. But I guess most of you have the current memory, but for me, 100%, it was
I think I have a
would,
dual memory
won't.
on that. Yeah. Wow. Because could sounds right too. Could you be mine?
Because it rhymes with
yeah,
would.
they both sound right to me. I don't know. All right.
No, Jeff.
It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood, a neighborly day for mine.
That's it. That's all you get right now.
All right. So I remember the next verse of the song completely different than it is now. Please fill in the blanks. It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood, a neighborly day for a blank.
Okay, so Green Sleeve says beauty. John Nada says beauty. See,
Beauty
times
for
like these, I'm glad we have residue.
Yep. JT74 beauty, man animal beauty.
Wait a minute. Michael Fontaine says, never heard this before. Never heard what? Yes, won't you be my neighbor is still the last line. That has not changed. And won't you please, please, won't you be my neighbor? That's still the same. All right, you can go on.
Day in this beauty wood, a neighborly day for beauty. Would you be today in this?
So I remember it's a neighborly day in this beauty wood, a neighborly day for a neighbor. But neighbor has always been beauty. Do you remember
That
beauty?
sounds right. A neighborly day for a neighbor. Yeah.
Yeah, I could hear him saying it. And I used to watch
Yeah.
it all the time as a kid.
Okay.
Poor me, but I watched.
Not beauty. Okay. Yeah. The first thing that came to mind, honestly, was neighbors. So I must have had that right.
Yeah, I never heard him say beauty until like a few days ago.
A neighborly day for beauty. Would you be?
Wow. All right.
It just sounds so wrong to me. And I know a lot of people in the chat remember it that way, but I just don't. Just so wrong.
I believe you.
Thanks.
You're welcome. So here we have some residue, but guys, the end of this is insane. So, whew. And I noticed it just putting the presentation together. Blew my mind.
Yeah. Neighborly day for a neighbor.
Yep.
Yeah, they're all mixed up. I'm sorry. I couldn't tell which was which. They were so small. Would you be mine? Won't you be mine?
Mandanimal says it did change. It was neighbor in the 60s.
We'll have to go back and listen.
That was
Yeah.
before my time.
I mean, if that's the case, maybe I was seeing, reruns of those
I bet something
episodes.
strange like the date changed or something.
Yeah.
Like it
I
didn't
mean,
change
I
till
never saw the black and white ones, but I know I probably saw some of the 60s that were in color, you know?
Yeah. High Pockets says, I don't remember beauty either. Thank you, High Pockets. High Pockets has been sharing my memory a lot tonight.
Mm-hmm. There is a ton of residue of what we remember, though. Of people, I should say, of people remembering it the way we do.
Yeah. It's just one of those things. I could hear him saying it the same way I could hear Ed McMahon saying Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes. Like, it's a strong memory for me.
Now, here's one of the crazy parts. Preliminal, this is one of the things I was talking about. While putting this together, I noticed some visual changes. The first mirrors a Rolling Stone Mandela Effect. The red light for the majority of the series is painted black. It was never black in my past. How about you? Do you guys remember the red light being black? Or the green light? Because the top light painted black. And it's like a matte black at that. I don't get it. Earlier I said you were syncing with me because you mentioned the Rolling Stones, and the next comment you said black, something about black. Well, here's painted black in the Rolling Stones. Alright, so also in the intro, I have never seen titles or episode numbers, yet they appear in most years. Is this new for you too? Do you guys remember ever seeing on the screen like episode 1502, Mr. Rogers Celebrates, talk about superheroes? I don't remember titles. I don't remember episode numbers. And it's in almost all the years. And here's a
Oh
close-up
my
of one of them.
God. Look at that, those R's. Oh.
I know.
Oh, that's awful. And the M. Oh my God. No.
Yeah,
Just no. It
that's the
wasn't
old
like
one
that.
though. We're gonna get to the new one now.
Nah. It wasn't like that. It was the old one.
No way.
I know. No, no way is next. Guys, pay attention. What's on the screen? Mr. Rogers. Mr.
Mr.
What
The
the
craziest
hell?
of them all from 1969 until 1974. Episodes most of us have probably seen in syndication. The R is missing in Mr. It's Mr. Rogers. Never like that for me.
No.
Never seen it that way.
No, no, no. Oh no. Yeah, you're teaching kids to spell like that? No, I don't.
Mm,
No good.
Mr.
Mr. Not right.
Mister.
No.
That's beyond ridiculous.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like really trying to make fun of a language
Yeah.
or something. The aliens. Oh.
Yeah,
Anybody
but
who
that's actually a
believes,
pattern. We see that. We've seen that with Sunkissed being Sinkissed and
yep.
Sweethearts instead of Sweet Tarts. Same pattern.
Anybody who actually believes it's always been like that, I got a bridge to sell you. Give me a break.
No. Oh. God, that's horrible. And to
Good
show
night,
it to little
Boris.
kids. Good night.
Mm-hmm.
And to show how to spell wrong to little kids. That confuses them, you know.
Yeah, they would
For
never do that.
years.
God. Awful. Oh, no.
How many more do we have?
That's the last one, but yeah, so uh we did all the new ones. Some old
Oh
ones.
no, this is the last new one. Alright, guys. I don't know if you're going to know this one, but they had locations in Philadelphia, New York, Paris, Chicago. So maybe you'll know this. I don't know. Um, the name of a local businessman and his international chain of department stores has changed for me. The department store opened December 30th, 1911, during a ceremony attended by President William Howard Taft, and was billed as the world's largest department store. The building contained 1.9 million square feet of floor space, including a central grand court that you're looking at in this picture that rises the entire 12 stories of the building. While the chain operated from 1877 through 1995, the building still operates as a Macy's today, continuing the holiday light display tradition. So the reason why there's a difference between 1877 and 1911 is that originally it started out as a depot and it was remodeled and rededicated in 1911. So the name of this store is from 1911. Please fill in the blank of both his name and the store. It's the same. John W. Maker and W. Makers. So it was John W. Makers was the name of the store, and people would just call it W. Makers. I can't say the word. Well, actually, I can. They had to spell it, right? Okay, guys. And we already have an answer in the chat from Mandanimal. Wanamakers. So, yeah, John Wanamaker, John Wanamakers, or Wanamakers. And he spells it W-A-N-N-A. Alright. I only have one answer in the chat, so. And I gotta block something else. These people just want to waste their time making new accounts. There we go. And it's okay if you've never heard of it. It's understandable. Like I said, it wasn't like it was everywhere. But I mean, like I said, they did have locations in Paris, like in different locations around the world. But it wasn't like there was 100 stores in every state. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Burgos. One last one. I'm so sorry. Okay, so Greensleeve says Wanamakers with one N. We now have both answers in the chat. We can move on. Although, Jeff, you know this chain. What do you remember?
I remember 2 N's.
Okay. Okay, so that looks out of place. That's not supposed to be there, but I do remember 2 N's. Here's some residue. And Animal's not sure now. You can go on Curiouser, because this is out of place. This shouldn't be here. Although I would say that that one says that they work there. The top. Actually, go back for 1 second. I'm sorry. Because that's an important one. It's out of place, but it's an important one. The top is a girl writing an article about her first jobs. And she worked at John Wanamaker's and spells it with 2 N's. Like, you should know how to spell where you worked. That's all. So that's kind of important. She was a retail associate at John Wanamaker's. All right, so for me, both his name and the store were always spelled Wanamaker with 2 N's. But now for me, it's missing an N. And obviously, it's always been 1 N. But there's more to this than just the name, so we're going to get to that. Okay, curious. So here's how it looks now. And the last name looks too short, believe it or not. As long as that name is, it looks too short. Moving on. So here's where the residue should be. I don't know why it was put up there. Gotta love Flickr. So these are all newspapers spelling the name wrong back in the day when he was still alive, including a portrait of him. If you can zoom in on the bottom, they have a portrait of him with his name spelled wrong with 2 N's. The other side. There you go. I mean, there's so many newspapers that get his name wrong from back when he was alive. And the animal says, I could go with 1 N, but 2 N's is stronger for me. I mean, there is a ton. And some of these articles are hilarious. But I'm not going to put you through reading them. Okay, wait, where are you going? Go back. What are you doing?
Sorry.
It's alright. There we go. Oh, no. Okay. Oh, and the movie Mannequin was filmed inside Wanamaker's in Philadelphia. Alright, so here you can see it. These are the markers that are all over Philly. But the changes for me don't end with the spelling of the name. I believe history may have been tweaked as well. Curiouser? In 1877, Wanamaker's Grand Depot, I forgot the Grand, opened inside the old Pennsylvania Railroad building from Monopoly. But the Wanamaker's Philadelphians grew to love was a remodel of the building that happened in 1911. It was the grand reopening in 1911 that has an event I've never heard of. The Wanamaker #1 hydrogen balloon. Has anyone ever heard of this hydrogen balloon? Anybody? Jeff, since you know Wanamakers, have you ever heard of the Wanamaker #1 hydrogen balloon? Did Jeff walk away?
No, I'm here.
Have you ever heard of this?
What is it?
The Wanamaker #1 hydrogen balloon.
No, never heard of that.
Mandanimal says no. Alright. There weren't many people who knew the chain, so we can move on. It takes a minute to get on my screen. Wanamaker had the not-so-great idea of a flying hydrogen balloon from his New York location to the Philadelphia location reopening. Takeoff took place on July 8th, 1911. This is them filling the balloon up on the rooftop. At first, everything went as planned, but the wind overtook the balloon and sent it north instead of south, and eventually led to an uneventful landing, or it was a crash, but everybody survived and it didn't cause any damage, in Nyack, New York. What was a total failure was actually a hit. This is the weirdest part to me, besides the fact that I've never heard of this. Okay, so here we have the headline, Wanamaker's airship. The one time in 1911 they launched a hydrogen balloon from Astor Place, with many hoping that the balloons would become a new way for New Yorkers to travel to Philadelphia. I've never heard of this, have you? So the article goes on to say, some even claim this was the beginning of a new phase in New York travel. Rooftops could regularly be used to launch airships of all sorts. This is the first step towards making the roofs of the Wanamaker buildings in New York and Philadelphia into permanent aerial stations, claimed the Evening World. Landing platforms and hangars for balloons and aeroplanes are to be built on the roofs of the department stores in both cities. Never heard of this. No. I don't even think they have like helipads up there. That's just weird. Never heard of nothing in the history of Philly. I've never heard of this. But the biggest change for me was inside the store itself. I have no memory of a monorail ride for children inside the store. And I should. I should have a memory of it, but I don't.
Yeah, Sandy was like, I would be taking that.
Yeah, I was young.
Right? I know. That is weird. Oops, what happened? Okay.
Okay, so it's not on my screen yet. There we go. The Rocket Express operated from 1946 through 1984. I would have wanted to ride it when I was 4 through 8 years old, and I've never seen it or even heard of it. My friend Francine, she's the one who found the Mandela Effect with Wildwood. She doesn't remember it either. And both of us have been there many times during that period. I think I would notice that. I mean, it's huge. It went all around the store. But the weirdest part is, this is not the only monorail. The weirdest part is that during this time period of like the 1930s to the 1990s, monorails were like everywhere in department stores. Do you guys remember this? Did you have department stores with monorails going through them? Because they
Nope,
were everywhere.
never,
It's insane. I'm like, what
No.
is this?
never heard of that.
Like I had like 20 different monorails. I'm like, what is this?
No way. No. No. No.
And you heard them putting in small trains for Christmas? They're not a monorail system. It's ridiculous. I mean, there's one. Amanda Animal says no monorails ever. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
John Anna says no way. We had Horton Plaza in San Diego. Nothing like that. Whether you knew John Wanamaker's or not, is any of this a possible change? So at least maybe the monorail is for you guys. I mean, it's just crazy to me. All of this is craziness. It's wrong. It's not my past. That's all I gotta say.
No.
So
I
yeah.
know. Okay. All right. I think that's it for
Finally
now
got
for
through them all.
the show. Was there anyone you wanted to? I think that's
Anyone that
it.
we didn't cover from before? Let me see.
Uh.
I think we covered them all, didn't we?
Yeah.
Wait, did we
Yeah.
do
Good.
we did Snow White?
I don't think we. I think we're gonna have to wait. That one's really long.
Okay. And also the
Like
Tim Burton film,
29.
that's a good one.
That one's like
We just gotta
big.
remember to do Tim Burton and Snow White.
Oh, the Tim Burton. Okay, we can do that.
Alright, we can end with Tim Burton.
And then that's all. Let's see.
Do you want to read this one, Curious or Jeff?
I'll read it if you want.
Yes, please. I just read a really long one. Thank you.
Yep.
All right.
What is the name of this 2007 movie starring Johnny Depp?
An honor to receive your patronage, Minnow.
You know me, sir.
Who in this wide world does not know the great Judge Turpin?
These premises are hardly prepossessing, and yet the beadle tells me you're the most accomplished of all the barbers in the city.
That is gracious of him, sir.
I think that's it, yeah. Oh, Yeah, Janata, was it, all right, Jeff, Curious or help me. The coconut spellings, was that Fiverr who covered that? Like cocoa, like
I don't
chocolate
know.
cocoa? I think it was Fiverr.
That
Huh?
I don't remember that one.
What'd you say, Jeff? Yeah, it's not that old. I think it was within the last 2 months. I think it was Fiverr made a video of cocoa and that. Is that what you're talking about, John Nada? Yes, John Nada says, right, I thought Fiverr did. I'll check it out after the show. We've been on for hours. I've actually been up 26 hours right now. I'm
All right.
exhausted.
Wow.
It's okay. It's my usual. At least once a week I'm up late like this. My schedule gets screwed up and then there's a show. So I push through it and then I crash. I'll see. I'll get it for Saturday's show, John Ada. Okay, so wait. Going on in the chat right now. Going back, JT74 says, no monorail, no way. Let's see. So Michael Fontaine says Sweeney Todd. Mandanimal says Sweeney Todd. Donata says Sweeney Todd. I say Sweeney Todd. What do you guys say? Jeff Curiouser? What do you remember?
Sweeney Todd.
Yes.
There you go. Michael
The,
Fontaine says, I remember the title changed. I just remember Sweeney Todd. All right, go on. I'm sorry.
the official title of the movie is Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street. Do you remember the added sentence on the title? No.
Absolutely not.
I certainly do not, but it doesn't end there. The novel story actually has two more names, which I've never heard of. The first is hardly used, The Sailor's Gift. But the second name was used much more through history, including in modern times, for books, plays, and images. The String of Pearls or Sweeney Todd, The Demon Barber of Fleet Street. Have you ever heard of these titles?
There's two different ones. What? Ah. Hmm. Wow.
I saw this a little while ago, Michael Fontaine, but it took me a little bit to put it together. But I covered it a little less than 2 weeks ago. There's a lot of confusing stuff with like different titles. It was just Sweeney Todd.
Yeah. Wow. Alrighty. Alright guys, we're gonna go ahead and say goodnight. It's been a great show, lot to show, and so we're gonna try to make another show in the next 1 to 2 weeks from now, somewhere in there. So just let y'all know, and it's been a great show. So we're gonna say goodnight. And
Make sure you have the bell clicked to get the notifications. That helps.
Yes.
If the bell's not clicked, you won't get a notification.
Yes. I just have my promo video I put in the groups, put it into my channel, but that's all. So, yeah, just look out for us. Alright, you guys. Everyone, good night.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for coming.
Good night, everyone.